Hey friend, today I almost threw this $30 sweatshirt in the trash. Now you might say, what's wrong with it? But I know what's wrong with it. Even though I did a test stitch out beforehand, when I stitched it out for on this extra large sweatshirt, the size was just too small relative to the sweatshirt size. And so I just could not give it to the customer like that. So I had to create another one. But the question is, what do I do with this perfectly good sweatshirt that I can no longer use? That's money down the drain, and we're not having that. As creative business owners, we just can't afford to toss our blanks every time a stitch out goes sideways. So what do? Well, today, I'm going to show you how I'm turning this loss into a win by repurposing it into one of those trending junk style patch sweatshirts. Well, actually, the junk style is on hats and socks and ties and things like that. But I'm going to do it on a sweatshirt for myself. So, when it comes to quote unquote wasted blanks, let's shift our mindset and save this sweatshirt. Let's get started. So I already picked out some patches that I wanted to use. So now I'm just going to lay them out and kind of get a rough position of where I want them to live on the sweatshirt. And I'm going to put them on the arms as well, not just the front. I'm thinking I might later create a QR code and embroider that on the back, but I haven't gotten to that yet. But that would be interesting, I think. So let me just lay these out and do a rough placement. Got my patches here. I probably should have done this on the floor so that I could get the full garment. But for now, we'll just do it in half and half. And I have to remember that I want these to live basically so that you can see them on the arm. I want to make sure we don't put them, on the inside so they're not covered up when you wear the shirt. So I'm going to fold these out so that I'll remember to place them on the outside of the arm and not the inside. And now I'm just going to roughly place them. And what I'll do is I'll do a light iron on first, and then I'm going to take it to the heat press so that they can be secured firmly and won't peel off, because that's more force and more pressure, like more pressure and higher heat. So the heat press is ideal, but if you don't have a heat press, you can use the iron, of course. And so I'll save these for the bottom area. So now I'm going to go get my Teflon sheet because I don't want to iron directly on the patches, just in case there's some things that can melt if too close to the heat. So I'll be right back while I go grab my Teflon sheet. All right, I'm back with my handy dandy Teflon sheet. And so now I'm just going to press them on here to get a nice initial adhesion so they won't move. And I'm going to make sure that my steam is off. I'm going to make sure that my steam is off because I don't want the steam coming through while I iron on the patches. Okay, those, oh, what happened here? I don't know how that flipped over, but let's give it another press.
Oh.
Okay, now that I have them with their initial tack down from the iron, I'm just going to take them over to the heat press, and I'm going to flip this inside out, take it over to the heat press, and then give it a good press with that, just to make sure that they are absolutely stuck down and like no corners are lifting or anything like that. See how some of them are lifting up, they're not all the way stuck. So honestly, I think I'm going to press it on the right side first, just so I can make sure they're all the way stuck before I flip it, because I don't want them coming off. See, look, this one already came off. So that iron is not sufficient for these iron-on patches. So I am going to use my heat press for sure. Some of the iron-on patches have different adhesive backings, so all of them won't, it seems like they all have different degrees of heat that's needed to make sure that they're stuck down. And this is going to take a few minutes for the heat press to heat up, so we'll come back when it's fully at the temperature that we need. I don't know what's up. This Mountain Dew one seems like it just does not want to stick. We're going to try it one more time. Okay, that seems like it got it. Okay, so now that they're all stuck down, I'm going to flip this on the inside out and just give it one more press, just to make sure. Oh, this one didn't stick at all. So maybe this is actually not an iron-on patch. I'll glue this one later. And I don't have to do it as long for this, since they're already stuck down anyway. I'm just hitting it from the other side just to be doubly sure. And here we have it. Let me know what you all think. What started off as a mistake is now a walking billboard. I'm just going to get some branding and put it on the back. Or I could just wear it like this and just have it as a statement piece. Let me know what you think. So remember that an oopsie does not have to mean a waste of money. It can just be a canvas for a different kind of creativity. If you've ever had an embroidery fail and turned it into something awesome, tell me about it in the comments. I'd love to hear. And it'll also give other people some ideas when they want to salvage their mistakes as well. Another idea is also if it's still, in sellable condition, which in this case it would be, you can collect them and have them, offer them on your website as samples, like have a sample sale. And so people will know that that was not like a slightly imperfect item, and they get a big discount as a result. So now what I want you to do is check out these videos YouTube thinks you should watch next. And until next time, bye-bye.